the first thing I have to ask about is because when I was letting other people take a look at, the material, the name of the album is American White.
Yep.
Now, can you kind of explain, just so, because the first thing people kind of go, oh, so can you kind of explain the thought process behind the title? Did you come up with it?
Well, actually, no. Actually, MC Hammer came up with it. As I was writing my album, I had a direction of kind of what, songs and different kind of songs I wanted to write. And but I didn't really have. I always reserved the name of the album until I was done, kind of. And he came with that title first. And what's funny about it is when I was on the White Rapper Show on VH1, I had a whole different look. And he said, "Man, I want you to cut your hair, shave your hair all off, and this and that, and I'm gonna call your album American White." And I was like, "Hold on, man." And you almost want you want me to get the red shoelaces out, put them in the, compact boots or something. I look like I'm a racist. He's like, "Man, come on, man, you with me? You with a whole camp, but you know what I mean?" So he's like, "I ain't gonna think you're racist." So basically, what it came down to is the American White title is Hammer always told me. He said, "Man, look," he said, "forget all them stereotypes and everything." He said, "It's okay to be proud to be a white guy. It's okay to, I'm from a factory town, so it's okay to, basically be yourself." So American White is, I'm just a typical, right above poverty, low middle class growing up, white guy, not a rich, spoiled, going to risky schools. No, I'm just more or less the typical American white guy. And that's kind of what it came down to, and which was cool. I like to hear that, hey, it's all right, man, it's all right to be proud to be white. You understand? So it was cool to hear that. So it is a bold title, and I think he likes it for that reason as well, but I really embraced it. It kind of, like I said, it's more of a movie in the story, a grittiness to it. So not what you think at first, you think it has you thinking something else, but that's cool. Once but once I explain it, then you'll get it. But yeah, Hammer came up with it though.
Well, there's no doubt, because as I start, it's obvious he's definitely on the right track, because first of all, it's, like you said, it's shocking at first, but then as you start listening to some of your tracks, it's obvious that you're not, what it's perceived to be right off the bat. So that's a good thing. But
exactly.
The other thing too, you're from Toledo.
Yep.
And I just, what was it like for you growing up in Toledo? Because I know things can get tough up there,
Yeah, no. Toledo was, like I said, I grew up in the north end. I grew up about 5 or 6 blocks from downtown, and no, it was always cool. It's like the funny thing is, like, you grow up and don't have nothing, and you're used to it, though, you know what I mean? And you got a whole neighborhood that's there, and you just don't think about not having nothing as much, because nobody's got nothing around you. So I think maybe that's where the dreams become big, I always dreamed, had a lot of big dreams to do things, even when they seem impossible as far as getting into music and trying to make it. So I just have that drive, I want more, because I grew up with nothing, so I want more, and I'm trying to do anything I can to reach those goals. So, it was tough. I went to, I worked in a lot of factories and stuff, and just a normal life. But it's cool. It made me tougher. That's why I say, I would never take back, and it kind of makes you who you are when you grow up at stuff.
Right. Now, how did you end up getting together with Hammer?
It's one of those, and I never thought it would happen, but just one of those, my demo kind of got in his hands. So I was working with a producer, and he was working with some other guy, and they, showed him some stuff I did, and the guy was like, "Man, Hammer would love this." Like, he's looking for a white guy or a white rapper or whatever. So he sent it to him, and from like back in end of 2002, I believe first started. He called me up and we started communicating and stuff. So from then on, though, we've had a long relationship, and he's kind of been my bridge to get there. He said, "Hey, come out to the West Coast, man. Come out here, be part of a camp instead of doing it by yourself, man. You know what I mean? Let me help you out." And so it's been nothing but a learning experience, and he's pushed me a lot harder to be a lot better. So that's why I feel like I'm ready for that championship fight right now. Get in there and start trying to make an impact.
Right. Now, also, the tracks that I listened to, I was kind of hoping that you could give me like an overall concept of the album, because it was like what I was listening to. It's like there was 2 different styles. So, as far as the writing process, how much influence did you have in the writing? Are you writing everything, and what's the overall concept that you're trying to achieve?
Well, it's I write all my own lyrics. Occasionally I'll work with a singer or something, and we might collaborate on a hook. But I like to be involved in all that. I don't take any. I have never got a song from somebody where somebody gave me ghostwrite a song if they write it. But I guess the whole concept of the the album I wanted to write was, first off, I didn't want to have no big names attached to the first album. I wanted to show people I can do it myself. You know what I mean? And not just think I need a whole bunch of big names to sell my album or whatever else the case may be. And so I just want to come off in their first album and not just come with one style that, you know, is me. I wanted to just hit you from a lot of different directions, whether that's, you know, more pop-ish, you know, some West Coast stuff, some harder stuff with guitars, some melodic stuff, you know what I mean, slow down stuff, some R&B, telling a few stories. I mean, I really wanted to kind of give you the full range of what I can do. So I didn't want to do just one thing. So I kind of just gave you a few things of everything in my arsenal, and so I think it turned out good. So it's you know, I think it tells a story a little bit, but yeah, there's not one thing where you hear a sound the whole album. You're just gonna hear every song's gonna kind of sound the same. It's not gonna be like that. I think you'll be able to find a few songs on my album, no matter what, that you'll like.
Definitely, because I was listening to "Don't Get Bit," and that's like more of a hardcore type of thing. And then I went to "Them Jeans" and "Tried to Love You," and it was like that had the total R&B feel. So, I mean, it was just like, okay, now I wish I would have been able to listen to the entire thing, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to do that. When exactly is it going to be dropping? So I don't even know if it's. I'm looking over your stuff and I couldn't find if there's a date. So
that's because you know, Amber's the CEO. He has this strategic plan to release this because, you know, nobody's selling records in the industry right now. It's been bad for years. Now you can come out sell 300,000 and be good, and you know, and be a top seller. You know, because only a handful of people are doing it. But so he really calls us Web 3.0 artists because we do a lot of social media, build followings on there. So basically, it's up to him. It's supposed to be coming out this year. Like I said, it's finished, and we're just waiting for him to release it sometime. I would have to say it's gonna be sometime next year because he's coming out in about a week or two to Toledo to film a video with me for my song "Back It Up." So I believe it's going to be soon, and those videos are going to be on BET, MTV, and get a good online push. But in the meantime, though, I've been working on a couple free albums.
Okay.
I'm working on, like, right now material, because I don't want to wait. I want to give people as much music as I can. Don't want to wait whether my album comes out or not. I'm putting out 3 albums myself free next year, either way.
Okay. And where are those going to be available?
Either on my website, which is DasitAmericanWhite.com, which is everything is there from my Twitter to all my social media links. But it'll be there. It'll be basically an online album where I'm have photos. It'll be a digital package. It comes with all the albums, some videos, behind the scenes, all of that stuff for free, and you can just download it. So there'll be links on my site. I'll be putting it out through Twitter. So I'm gonna constantly be making it available. Yeah, but hey, burn it down, copy it yourself. Here you go.
There you go. There you go. Now, being from Ohio, I have to ask you about the Buckeyes because I noticed you were representing in your video. So I got to ask you about what you think about the team this year.
Oh man, well, of course I love Fire. He's still young, but I love him though because man, the guy is freakish 6'6" or whatever he is and runs 4.3. So I'm a big football, NFL head and football fan in general. So yeah, I mean they're doing good. I mean you can't expect a championship year every year, even though we do. So yeah, I'm always behind them, and that's like how it is. I mean, being from Ohio, I mean, yeah, of course I like the Toledo Rockets and my home city, but the Buckeyes that represents the whole state. So that's kind of where everybody in the whole state can agree on, showing love. But hey, I'm up at the battlegrounds, man. I'm up in Toledo on the borderline. I'm gonna be with a whole bunch of Michigan fans, man. It's not fair.
Yeah, and I was thinking that too. It was like, okay, well, at least you went the right way because it's like that's the Michigan border and everything. So I'm like, well, he's representing for Ohio, so that's a good thing.
Now, I love Ohio, man.
One of the other things I want to make sure we get down to is what do you have coming up in the near future? Like I would say within the next month.
Well, in the next month, basically what I'm doing right now, I just booked a 50-city tour for next year before my album drops with Wow Entertainment. So that's going to be real big, my own tour bus, headlining my own tour, and I'm going to get good radio promotion, a song on the radio, probably with a collaboration on that single. So that's for next year. So what I'm doing right now is I'm about a couple of steps away from getting a TV deal, so that's not official yet, but I'm close. So I'm just working on new songs to give away for these albums. So I'm in the studio recording. I have my own studio, so I mix and record my own music. For at least for the stuff I'm giving away and stuff, which still, like I said, has good quality. And I'm filming videos as we speak.